Welcome to Word for the Day. Now, if you've been following me over the last 2 days, and this is the third day, I've been talking about Lectico Divina and how the Benedictine monks in the 6th century used it. Someone said to me this morning, why are we using something that's so old? Well, I think sometimes some of these older methods of doing things have lasted over time, really, haven't they? So what I wanted to do today was to just run through very quickly what we've done over the past 2 days, and then I'd like to take the verse that I suggested, Psalm 37 verse 4, and then take us through the process and see what it looks like for real. So if you haven't joined us yet, it might well be easier if you have a look back on the pre-recorded ones that are already on Facebook to follow us. But Lectico Divina has 4 parts to it. Lectico, which means read, meditation, which means reflect, oratio, which means respond, and contemplation, which means rest. So there's the 4 R's: read a passage, reflect on a passage, respond on a passage, and rest on a passage. Each of these processes, each of these moments, you read the passage again. So we start off by choosing a passage, and today I have chosen Psalm 37 verse 4, which reads, "Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." So the first thing we will do is read it, then we're going to reflect on it, then we're going to respond to it, and finally rest on it. So let's just start then the process. The first thing we do is read it. Now before you do that, you need to find somewhere quiet to do it, and that's why I'm sitting back in my chair and I'm not in my next to my what I call Bahamas wallpaper. You need somewhere quiet that's got no distractions, no telephone perhaps, if that's ever possible. Just a quiet place with not many distractions. So we take the passage, and the first thing we do is read it. So I'm going to read this passage. "Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." Now I'm going to listen for any words or phrases which seem to jump out at me. And straight away, I've got a couple that do. Take delight. Take delight in the Lord. That really stands out for me. Take delight in the Lord. I'm just going to pause just to see if there's anything else that comes to the fore. Not really. That word desires seems to be coming through a little bit. But I'm now going to move on, and obviously I'm doing this at a much quicker pace than you would, to reflect. So what I do is I read the passage again, and I would suggest you do read it out loud. I always find it easier to hear my own voice. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Now, what is it that God's saying to me about that? I need to reflect on it, and this is going to take time. You're not analysing the passage, you're reflecting on it. You know, what is it? What do you believe that God is saying to you through the passage? Listen to God. If you feel you need to read it again, do that. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. So after you've spent some time reflecting on it, you then go to the third phase, which is respond. And you read it for a third time. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. And now you might want to, after reading it, reflecting on it, you're now going to respond. And I would say my response would be, what do you want to say to me, Lord, about this verse? What is it you're saying to me? I think one of the things that God always says to me about this verse, and it's been an important verse in my life actually, it was given to me, I don't know, maybe 45 years ago, and I've kept it with me ever since, so I've pondered on it a lot. Take delight in the Lord. That is something which really comes to me. So I might now be spending some time just in prayer, saying, God, what do you want to say to me? And when you feel you've spent long enough doing that, then take some time to rest on it, to contemplate. And this means spending around 10 minutes in silent contemplation. And 10 minutes is quite a long time to keep silent. So what I'm going to do now, I'm probably going to just be quiet just for a short while, and I'm just going to sit quietly and allow God to work. And I'm not going to do that for 10 minutes, I might do it for about 30 seconds, just so we can get the idea of what we're doing. So let's try it. I'm not going to go on any longer. That's probably about 40 seconds, I think. Might even be coming up for a minute. So you need to do that for a lot longer. But one of the things we need to remember about contemplation, that's the resting, it's not our action of doing it. It's rather allowing God to act in you. And I think that's the key with Lectico Divina. It's a time when we're allowing God to act in us, allowing God to show us, not us having control of it in a sense. It's allowing God. So the 4 stages: reading, reflecting, responding, and resting. And if you want to find out any more about Lectico Divina, there's lots about it on the internet. So I hope that you've enjoyed being with me today. Go and choose a verse for your own and spend some time. Even if you did it once a week with 10 minutes of quiet, I think all of us could just benefit from that. Just allowing God to act in us. Well, I hope to see you again soon. I hope that everything is well with you, and I will see you shortly. I don't know when. I'm just really praying our churches will be open soon. But I think we've got a little way to go yet, haven't we? Good day.